Hi everyone, Michael from productONE here. So today I'm going to showcase a bit about our service lifecycle management solution. So as you might know, companies out there, even your company, might have thousands and thousands of parts that makes the end product. And some of those parts might need to be serviced, and then create a manual of those service parts and send it out to your customers or the people that might use your product. So today I'm going to show you how easy it is to create a manual like that. If you do something like that manually, you might use Excel and Word to create the content, which might take you days even to create a service manual. But with SLM and a solution like this, it could take you much faster, be much more productive in other work, and help your company to make a lot more manuals fast and quick. So in my screen here you have currently a publishing structure. So the structure consists of some templates that's been predefined by Windchill, things like a table of contents, an index, and then there's some arbitex content, which is the authoring tool that I use to create the actual content in my manual. Then also I've got a parts list, which is the actual parts that needs to be serviced, which has an illustration linked to it. So the end manual would look something like this on my screen. So you can see here's some content that's been created in arbitex. Also you can have a look at the actual illustration that I've created or predefined already. And this illustration will have a parts list linked to it, where you can go and add the service bill of materials, and it will generate all those parts linked to that as SBOM for you. So to start off, you might have engineering bill of materials, and you need to create all the SBOM materials or the downstream items from that engineering bill of materials. So what you can do is you can first of all open a side-by-side view, and then auto associate or create an equivalent link to your downstream components. So in this case I already created, let's say, the wheels and the shocks that needs to be serviced, and it is showing on my right hand side. So you can literally copy the items from here and paste them on the right hand side to create a service bill of materials, which takes you maybe 1 or 2 minutes at most to create an SBOM. So from my SBOM I can create a parts list that you've seen in my manual just now. So to create a parts list is very simple. You open that service bill of materials that you've seen, and with one click, where you click generate a parts list either for the selected parts or for all the parts. In this case I can select the front wheel only and say I want to for the selected parts only, and by doing that it will automatically generate a parts list with the selected items that I've shown you just now. So then going to that actual parts list that's been created, just want to refresh this page. Okay, you would see the structure of that front wheel, and you can then go and, for instance, edit the parts list as it would be displayed in your publishing manual. So you can put some remarks in, let's say on the rim, please be careful, it's fragile. You can add some content in here, a little bit of information as it's needed, and make the changes as you feel comfortable. You can even make a part not serviceable, or you can take the illustration out if you want. So there's a few functions that you can change within your bill of materials or your parts list as it's needed. So from here on, I need to create the illustration that will be linked to my parts list. And to do this, you can quickly and easily open it with a click in a program like Illustrator or IsoDraw. So when I click this item, you will see it will open directly in Illustrate, and you can see this is the exact same sketch that you've seen in the manual that I've already shown you. So for me, let's say I want to change a bit of the actual layout of this and make it a bit more organized or neat, or maybe just move around some of the items to see how I can change this and transform it to a different angle. You can quick and easily do that. Okay, so in this case you can see that I've changed some of the bomb balloons location, and it looks a bit different than in the manual that I've shown you previously. So in this case I need to go and to recheck this item in. So to do this, it will tell me, listen, you need to check it out first, recheck it in, and once it's checked in it will say it's succeeded. So once it's checked in, then I need to go back to my actual publication structure, and in the publication structure I need to go and republish the actual manual now. So first of all, make sure all your items are checked in. So I'm checking the parts list that's linked in my publication structure in, and once that's done, you will see that you just need to republish it, where it might take up to 30 seconds to a minute for the new content to be submitted. So now currently it will run in the background through our publishing server. So you can then just turn auto refresh on. So while it's publishing, typically people will create a list, just to explain to you, a parts list like this in Excel, and they will pull it from an engineering bill of materials that might take them, if it's 1,000 parts, might take them a very long time, and where they could have been more productive in other areas. They can use a solution like this that might actually help them do it much faster and publish it much faster. So I should be done publishing by now, so you'll see it's executing the last bit here, and the manual has been created. So what I can do now is I can refresh my page, and you'll see the new manual will be submitted. So once I open this, the actual new illustration will be linked with my remark that I've added in, where it says, please be careful, the rims are fragile. So this is how easy it is to create a new illustration with an actual parts list that's been generated from my service bill of materials. And I can even showcase quickly how fast it is to, for instance, go and edit some content in Arbitex. So if I open Arbitex, I can browse to that little bit here and maybe add some exclamation marks just to show you how easy it is. I can edit this part. Okay, once it's done, it will open it directly in Arbitex, where I can then go and add some exclamation marks. And from here on, check the information in. So check it back in. So once it's checked in, I need to again republish the information, for that new exclamation marks to show. So once it's been published, it will go through the publishing engine once again, and start publishing that content for us to use in our manual. So you can imagine if you have 10 or 20 products in the field and you need to create manual for each and every product, how long it will take and how long it will time consuming it will be for the actual person that creates this content. Okay, so in my case now it's been published again successfully. So let me refresh the page for you, and let's reopen the new manual. So by now the actual new exclamation marks should have been added to my Arbitex content. And again, you've seen how fast it is if you use Arbitex as your authoring tool to create that content, and also something like Illustrator IsoDraw for your images. It's very easy to create manuals with the complete set of service bill of materials and parts list that's been linked from that, with its actual items and the actual illustration linked to that. So from my side, feel free to leave comments down in our YouTube channel. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to contact us, and please guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got a lot of updates and content that will come through in the future, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed with the info that we will provide and give through to you guys. Have a good day, and thank you from my side and from productONE side. Thanks.